Hello everyone and welcome. This is All the Cards on the Table. My name's Chloe and I deal with astrology, card divination and also energy work. As you can see, my hands are moving around right now. This is independent of my conscious thought. I'm channeling energies to help us understand what's going on in the cosmos and how to bring it into our 3D reality. This video will be going through all the 12 signs in relation to the energies around the winter solstice, which is happening on the 21st of December, and the Capricorn new moon that's happening on the 23rd of December. This is really lovely, powerful energy. And this Capricorn new moon is particularly important because we won't be having a new moon in Capricorn next year. We'll be having two in 2024. So this is a really potent time to plant new seeds in whatever area of your life Capricorn falls in. So with the astrology that's going on, I'll give a quick summary, but if you're interested, please do check out my in-depth guide to these energies that I've posted up. And yeah, very, very potent energy. With the winter solstice, we have the sun moving to 0 degrees of Capricorn, and at the time that this happens, Jupiter is at 0 degrees of Aries. This happens every 83 years. So this is a big century, almost a century shift of energy for the collective. When we have planets and points at the 0 degrees of cardinal signs, Capricorn and Aries are both cardinal. This means that they're good at starting things and instigating things. When we have them at 0 degrees of any of the cardinal points, this can manifest very strongly on the world stage and is very potent energy for your day-to-day life. So we have this new moon in Capricorn. Capricorn is the final earth sign. It's the collective earth sign. It's very receptive, yin energy. It's about establishing long-term habits and helping us be more responsible for ourselves, more dedicated to ourselves, more committed to ourselves. Capricorn can really help us understand connecting to big earth energy. So it's about manifesting in the long term, but it's about the traditions of there's long-term traditions in society. It's often linked to hierarchical society, easy for me to say, institutions, and it tends to get a bit of a negative rep, but I find that it also links into the traditions and ancient traditions of what it is to be a human being and how we can operate and bring in ritual and routine that helps us manifest long term. Capricorn energy is about the long-term gain. It's about being responsible and patient. It's about forming structure and physical manifestation. So this is a really potent time to bring in some rituals and some habits that help you commit to yourself, which has a knock-on effect on how we operate in the world. And so we have this square with Jupiter. Squares are a Mars energy. They're about manifesting things in the 3D world. They can also indicate conflict and friction, but we can use this friction energy to as I said, bring things out into the 3D world. I find with Jupiter being in Aries, this is really, and Jupiter represents justice, it represents, it's the law, it's also philosophy and morals and ethic, as well as being this easy flowing state of abundance, this ability to bring about opportunities. And we're going to be able to do this and see this manifest by planting these new seeds during the Capricorn new moon that will help, because Aries is the individual, it's the first sign in the zodiac, it's the spark of life, it's that adrenaline, it's that enthusiasm, it's about wanting to do things for yourself and wanting to be self-sufficient. This is a great time to start things. And we also have Mercury and Venus in Capricorn, and Venus is trine Uranus in Taurus, and Mercury is sextiling Neptune in Pisces. So we have this initial square energy, which is this friction 3D energy, and we have a trine, which is about bringing in abundance and opportunities, and being able to think of new things, and we have this sextile, which is incorporating harmony and this need, this creative energy, and they're linked to Neptune and Uranus, which are sort of the outer planets, which help us tap into more galactic energy and able to think outside of this 3D box. So what's really come up about in the main reading is this sense of this loss and scarcity that we're going through. There's so much trauma going on in the world. We're seeing strikes and protests, energy prices rising, people not being able to be as abundant as they would like to be, but it's about seeking abundance in different ways. We need to be more respectful of the Earth's resources, and I don't mean just on an individual level, but on a collective level as well. We need to start thinking more maturely, which is Saturn in Capricorn. Saturn is ruled by Capricorn. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and it's the long-term gain. At the moment, it doesn't feel like any of our institutions are thinking long-term. They're after quick grabs, really. We're in this war economy that we have been for such a long time. Arguably, the human race has been in this space for millennia. But it's helping us really step up to our own integrity and how we go about our day-to-day, and what it is that we truly value, about finding abundance in the things that don't cost as much money, or things that last for a long time. So many things that are manufactured these days are designed to break, and we end up having to repeat buy. It's about, if you are going to invest in something, when none of us have got that much money right now, that investing in something that may be a bit more expensive but that is going to last a long time, or making something new, making something out of your own creative energy. We've got Venus sextile Neptune. It's about thinking in different ways and being able to offer gifts to our loved ones that may have a more dreamy aspect to them, a more creative, independent, personal touch to how we're going to move through the festive season. So that's a quick there's more aspects that come up in the main reading, but I just wanted to do a quick summary before I move on to the rising signs. So please look out for your rising sign. That's when the astrology will be relevant. I'll also be pulling cards for each of the signs, and you can look to your sun, moon, or any other placement that you have in your chart that's calling to you, and the tarot may give you a piece of wisdom and insight into that area of your life. It's not just limited to the rising sign, and I hope you enjoy the messages that come through. Hi Capricorn rising, how are you doing? I hope you're well. This new moon that you have going on is pretty potent. This is 1 degree of Capricorn. This will affect loosely any, like in traditional astrology, the energies can affect the whole house that sign falls in. For you, that's your first house, which is the house of your body, your appearance, how others see you. It's the lens in which your sun operates in the world. It's very powerful in Hellenistic astrology. They used to call your ascendant the helmsman of the ship. It's the thing that's sort of steering you through these cosmic waters, and helping your sun sign manifest. So I've pulled, this card came out quickly. I have pulled, let's try and get this nice and out of the ring light. Pulled the Ace of Cups for you, Capricorn. This is a lovely new beginning for you, and it's such a potent new moon about so you have it with the square to Jupiter that's happening in your 4th house. I feel like this is helping you bring in a new emotional state and a new sense of who you are and how you connect to it emotionally, particularly with this square with Jupiter in the 4th house. Squares can bring up conflict and tension, but this is asking you to bring in, defend yourself, defend who you are in your 4th house, and helping, as I said, helping you have a new emotional perspective on who you are and how you respond to how other people see you. So this new moon is going to be for a long cycle. This is going to help ground long-term intentions about being mindful. With the Ace of Cups coming up, it's saying you've got the whole of the suit of cups in this ace that's going to take you on a new journey of love for yourself. Often the Ace of Cups can be a romantic thing. This may also be the case, especially as the 4th house is not just your home, but it's your private life. And Jupiter's helping bring in abundance for, as I said, you being able to stand up for who you are in your private life and bringing this sense of how you view yourself in your private life and how others see you. And as I really love, because with the ace you have, can you see the bird there, the bird of peace? It's bringing this this stillness to the ace implies that you're starting a new journey. So maybe you've been going through a tumultuous period of time with your emotions and how you connect to them, and they may have been overwhelming you. But I really like this new space that you're moving through with the Ace of Cups. So the Ace, we have the overflowing cup here. This is offering up this idea of refreshment. Your cup runneth over. There is a bounty of water to drink, to quench your thirst. Very healing card that can come up. This sense of balm for the body, heart and soul. And it's really asking you to release into the safety net of love and support and communion you may have around you during this time, or asking you to put in seeds to cultivate this in your space. It's asking you to practice looking at the world through the eyes of the divine, this watery space, and allowing your imagination to perceive the spiritual or evolutionary potential in every person and experience that you encounter, and finding delight, really finding delight in emotional connections, and not second guessing them. I hope that helps, Capricorn. Sending you love. Sagittarius rising. How are you doing, Sag? So this new moon is happening in your 2nd house of values and possessions, and how you bring money into your world, and it's a place of manifestation. We have this with Jupiter, which is trining your ascendant or any placements that you have in Sag. And a trine is a Jupiter aspect. It's bringing through this sense of harmony, opportunities and abundance. And it's trining Jupiter. So you've got double Jupiter here. And Jupiter is in your 5th house of creativity, children. It's creative energy. It's the place of amusement, games. And it's a really lovely space to be in, to have this. And with this square to the new moon in Capricorn with your 2nd house, and a square is a aspect of Mars, so it's helping bring in some manifestation energy, that you're bringing into balance your creative energy into your second house of what you value and the things that you have already, and how you look at possessions, and how you can manifest. This is a great new moon to have in your second house. It's incredibly powerful, and it's for a long-term cycle that you're helping. Just, are you doing anything creative? Have you been doing anything creative over the last so Jupiter was in Aries a while back and regressed back into Pisces, so you might have when it regressed back into Pisces, you might have sort of brought some creativity into your private life, in your home, in your downtime, and now it's going back into your creativity and squaring your second house. So helping you sort of, if there's been like a sort of a side hustle that you've been doing, or you've just been really enjoying doing creative things for the sake of them, and you're starting to value your creative space more, and this is going to help bring about some opportunities for you to help manifest that creative energy. This is this very potent drive that especially with Saturn in your third house of communication that rules Capricorn, and your day-to-day, that's helping you establish some longevity in that area of your life that is going to be linked to what you value and how you manifest. And I really like this Jupiter energy that is helping draw in. So we've got the Two of Wands here, and this is about okay, I wanted to go in reverse. So I really like the Two of Wands in the reverse position, because in the upright it can sort of represent a bit of stagnation, or you come into dominion over something, you're mastering of something, but you've got the whole world in your hands, but you're looking out into the unknown, the ocean, this cosmic energy that's out there, this that you're a bit frustrated that you're not free and running around, especially Sag does like to roam both the external and the internal spaces. But when it's in reversed, it's about leaping into a new adventure, and how that might be scary, and that might give you this strange sensation of should I leap or should I not leap? But this is saying how there's this big opportunity to jump into, and you've already mastered the space that you're in, and it's helping you make that leap into the unknown and go out into the unknown, and don't be indecisive, and respect your internal clock that's going on, your manifestation energy. With this Jupiter, there's going to be opportunities coming up. Jupiter tends to give what you put into it, so yeah, put some energy in both these houses and take that leap if an opportunity turns up for you to do so. And I feel like it will come, and it may be a bit scary and a bit unknown, but it's totally worth having a play, Sagittarius. Scorpio rising. How are you doing, Scorpio? So this this new moon, where the conjunction of the sun and the moon is happening in your third house, and this is a sextile to your ascendant, and a sextile is an aspect of Venus, and we have it's bringing in harmony, it's bringing in creative energy in your third house. Is sort of how you communicate on the day-to-day. It's about taking it could be schools, but that can be short courses that you decide to do, or also it's just generally the day-to-day and how you operate in the world, and short distance traveling. It's also traditionally the house of the goddess. It's opposite the 9th house, where it's bringing in your big philosophies into your day-to-day rituals. I really like that energy for you of being able to plant new seeds of how you want to operate in your day-to-day in the long term, and how that's healthy for you. And we've also got the square to Jupiter in your 6th house. So this is your health. This is your working environment. So this is asking. So you're gonna have some nice energy from Jupiter going through this house. That's gonna help bring more of a free-flowing atmosphere to this area of your health. Whatever comes up is going to be this opportunity for you to take to help you in your day-to-day. So maybe you've been overworked and you need a bit of a rest, or maybe your health hasn't been that great and you're needing a respite from that as well. Jupiter is helping you stand up for yourself. I know that sounds strange, but sort of helping your immune system stand up for you and helping your body get that burst of energy, that Aries energy, that abundant energy from Jupiter to transmit into your working environment. And you're going to, with this new moon, you're going to be able to help bring some clarity into how you want your day-to-day to be, and in the long term, really ground and manifest habits that help you be able to communicate better. Perhaps it's communicating with your health and in the sense of your body, or help you bring about a sense of structure to your working environment. I should imagine with the Aries, you're going to have that motivation in your 6th house to start things and do things, but you might get burnt out quite easily. And this by planting seeds in the 3rd house, you're asking to draw in the energy of stability and groundedness in your day-to-day, bringing in rituals and dedications to whatever it is that you call out to, whether that's gods or goddesses or the universe in general, that's going to help facilitate and support your health and your work, and ground and bring that earth energy into that fire. We pulled the 5 of Swords here, which is an interesting card because this is the going on a mental journey, receiving a sense of clarity, like you've gathered all these swords together, you know the lay of the land, and you're able to and travel to a new space with this, and able to navigate in changing and unpredictable times. It's going to give you a cool head on how to deal with your with your work and your health, and be more rational about it. Even though this is an earth and fire sign, I like that the air's coming through here to give this clarity of mind. We've got Mercury going retrograde in the 3rd house, so this might not necessarily manifest until after it's gone direct, but it's giving you this longevity in the way that you're thinking. That means that you are able to travel into a new area of growth, which is Jupiter in Aries. And how this is, you're going to be able to reach the destination that you want to reach on the other side of the shore, by taking cool action, like cool-minded, grounded action to help facilitate that fire in your 6th house. I hope that helps, Scorpio. Libra rising. How are you doing, Libra? So we have the sun and the moon in the 4th house of your private life, your home, your parents, your ancestors. And this is, you've got an opposition and a square. So you've got Jupiter in your 7th, which is a great time for bringing in new relationship spaces, either a new partner or leveling up in whatever relationship that you have. It's you're going to get this sense of ease a bit more with this Aries relationship zone, and with the square in your 4th house. It's really about asking you to be integral to how you operate in your private life, and what habits you need to bring in for this long cycle that are going to benefit your how you are in your one-to-one relationships. The 7th house is not just partnerships, not just romantic partnerships, but partnerships, one-to-ones in general. It can also represent, I find, your relationship with the otherworldly or the multi-dimensional aspects of your reality. And this is a really, I mean, you've got an opposition, so you'll have a T-square with the planets and your ascendant or planets in Libra. So you really want to look to this this new moon to help. That's where you're going to create the energy, and the release point is by how your conscious and unconscious meld together and plant seeds for you to help bring about more grounded, dedicated, commitment-based rituals for yourself in your private life. Maybe you need to sort of slow down a bit and take things a bit steady, and prioritize that area of your life over other things that may have been going on. Sorry, the energies really want to come through for you, Libra. You also have Ceres in your 1st house. Now I didn't mention that in the summary at the beginning. I go into that more in the main video that I've done. And this is forming a very powerful T-square with the asteroid Ceres, which is the Earth Mother Goddess. And she's in Libra. She's wanting you to breathe and really contemplate where you're sharing your bounty. And I'm really enjoying this new moon for you. Let's see if that one comes out again. This new moon for you, again, I say we're not having a new moon in Capricorn until 2024, so there won't be this lunation energy to plant seeds for over a year. So what we're doing now is super important for everyone involved, and even if you're not watching this at the time of the lunation, I still feel like the energy can get encapsulated in these videos. It's one of the reasons why I like doing them, so they're just out in the internet, out in the ether. And so yeah, it's about rededicating yourself to your this square energy that we all have between our ascendant and our fourth house, our private life, that sometimes can cause friction, and we want to sort of use this friction to help manifest this balance that you've got between Libra and Aries, with Jupiter going through there, and help act as a pivot point for you to be able to find some longevity and some peace, some grounded peace. Connecting to the earth during this time is really important. Breathing is really important. And yeah, no, I'm really enjoying Jupiter going through your 7th. This can help you look at how you view relationships and what they mean to you. And I had Jupiter go through my 7th in Aquarius, and I've also got Jupiter in my 7th house, so it made me go inward and focus about how I also had Saturn going through at the time, so it's slightly different. But Saturn will be coming through Aries in a couple of years after it's gone through Pisces, where it's just making you recommit to yourself, but this sense of buoyancy, this ability to we've got the Ace of Wands. Oh, this is great. So this is very powerful. This is a fire sign card. It's showing you a new beginnings, a new sense of motivation. Perhaps a relationship hasn't had that same spark, and as I said, could be a partner, could be a business relationship, could be like your one-to-one really close friends who you consider to be really close to you, that there might have been not the same motivation and spark that you'd want to bring to the seventh, to your partnerships, or they haven't been wanting to do it for you. And this is really bringing in the fact that you're on a new journey. Aces are like the Fool. You're starting a new journey, a new cycle. I really see that with Jupiter. That's really powerful. And how there's going to be a new spark of life in that area, and that's going to help nourish your fourth house. But really commit to your fourth house and commit to Saturn and Capricorn, it's all about stepping up to your long-term goals, what you really, really want, that isn't superficial. Saturn can be a taskmaster, but it's also incredibly powerful and helps with the long-term issues that you may have. I see good things coming with that Ace of Wands. Do let me know, Libra, and I hope this helps. Virgo rising. How are you doing, Virgo? So you have the Sun and Moon in your fifth house of creativity. This is creation energy. This is your place of amusement. This is the place of games. This is the place of children. Having Capricorn in your fifth house is your ability to manifest long term. It may take time. Capricorn, Saturn in particular, things take a while to mature and a while to happen, but you know what you do what you do create from this space has a collective influence and is really manifest in the 3D world, and I really like that for you, Virgo. We also have Jupiter in your 8th house. So the 8th house is about transformation. It's about other people's things. It's about inheritance from other people's resources. So I see with Jupiter going through your 8th house, this could really be opportunities may arise from the outside world that are going to help materialize your creative spark. This is a good time to put down new intentions of how you want to work with your creative energy and how to manifest that in the 3D world in the long term, and how in Aries, this Jupiter in Aries is really helping bring in some abundance and bringing in, I'm really getting the sense of other people's resources. It could also be a complete transformation of how you view the outside world and whether you need to connect to them to bring in that abundance, because of this powerful Earth trine that you have to your Ascendant with your 5th house. This free flowing connection to your body, your sense of self, and how others see you. But this maybe become more visible, or more visible in the outside world, or this idea of being inspired by the 8th house. But as it's a square, I see this being more of a change in the 3D world than the sense of inspiration. But because it's Aries, it's this warrior energy, this needing to do things first, this I guess constant state of transformation in that way that Aries is very good at. They're all very good at starting things, these cardinal aspects, that you are in a constant state of transformation and rebirth, that this is going to be a rebirth. They really wanted me to put the cards down for that. This is going to be a rebirth that's going to help facilitate this creative energy that you're putting out there, and just finding a sense of play. It must be quite hard to have, as Capricorn in your house of creativity, to tap into that energy of play, but this Jupiter in Aries is asking you to try things and experience new things and just enjoy the doing, for the sake of doing, rather than needing an outcome. But I do like this lovely grounded creative energy. This is, we're not going to have another new moon for the next year, so this is really potent, about how you want to move forward, and in how what like bringing some integrity to how you deal with your creative energy. And I don't mean that what you're doing isn't with integrity, but it's helping you with your ascendant, with your body, with your appearance, how others see, but also it is how your sun sign operates in the world for you personally as well. So it's helping you understand and how you look at your creative energy, and helping you bring in some, I mean, you're a Virgo rising, your discipline isn't going to be too hard for you, but this real sense of commitment and understanding that this is the long game. I think really highlighting the fact that, so the Emperor card came up, having dominion over what's happening right now. This is a great card for sort of internal sovereignty and self-possession. Like, either it's going to be linked to Jupiter and the 8th house, about someone coming in, getting resources from the outside world to help you manifest. It's a very powerful card, or it's going to be about you knowing your own worth and realizing that, you know, you have everything in balance, or helping you bring in this energy of balance, of sitting on your throne, and having dominion over your own internal space. In particular with this trine to your ascendant, I feel like this is helping ground out any worries or concerns that you may have about this, and remembering that you have all like I see both the Emperor and the Empress is holding the court cards, all the suits within them. Like they have this balance of all these aspects, that you have everything within you, and you have the ability to deal with whatever situations come up. But that's a really strong, dominant card. Yeah. Yeah, it was just it passed me by, but it was niggling at me. This is the Aries card. So this is a long-term cycle that we're establishing. So, you know, we've got the Rams here. So I feel this is Jupiter in Aries, helping bring about opportunities. And it's about what we put in as well with Jupiter to get back. But this nice energy that we've got coming in for you, Virgo, that there will be some opportunities coming up. But I want to think sort of the timing of it, because we've got Mars retrograde in your house of career, and Aries is ruled by Mars. So I'm wondering if this may take a while for Mars to go direct, and give you more sense of self in where you're at in your 10th house and your sense of purpose. But this is a great powerful card, and yeah, good luck, Virgo. Leo rising. How are you doing, Leo? I'm good. So we have this new moon in your 6th house of work and health, and routines. So to have Capricorn in your 6th house, this is about establishing long-term healthy habits and routines for your health and your work. And we have Jupiter in Aries in your 9th house of higher education, foreign travel, philosophy, the house of God. This is about exploring how you look at the world and how with Jupiter moving through there, you might have more of a sense of abundance on an understanding. Like Aries, you're very forthright and want to do it your way, and as much as it may seem counterproductive to you to seek out outside help, it might be that a teacher may come into your life with Jupiter moving through that house, that or you may become your own teacher even more so, and giving more abundance into your sense of self, helping you. So with the Capricorn new moon, this is asking you to think long term about your health and to think long term about how you work and how your routines have been working for you and what you can do to improve that. So this Jupiter in Aries, yeah, it's really helping you stand up for yourself and your own philosophical beliefs or religious beliefs. It may be that you start a new course, or you are shown opportunities about wanting to start a new course. You may decide to pack up and go and live in a different country for a long period of time, where you may, or at least be given opportunities to do so, and which will help you see different perspectives. This could also be on a galactic level, where you're able to receive information about the unknown, or that which you are not familiar with. Right, I'm going to stop and start shuffling. These energies could go on for a while. So yeah, with this Capricorn new moon, this is really great. This is yeah, I find with Capricorn in the 6th house, you sort of know what doing the long slog and having a bit of integrity with your work is all about. But it may be that because it's in conjunct your 1st house and your sense of self, and when things are in conjunct, it's just they're not quite seeing each other well enough. It can often feel like you're spinning a lot of plates, and you're losing energy because you're maybe working hard in the wrong direction. You maybe need some redirection in how you take care of yourself on a physical level, especially with your health. It could be that you might be overworking yourself and you're not taking care of your physical health needs. But I do feel that with this energy from Jupiter in Aries, it's going to be starting a new cycle where you're going to be able to bring in the 9th house into your 6th house. That helps facilitate your practices and your routines. And okay, I didn't want that one. That was the sometimes cards come out, they sort of peek at me and they're like, yeah, this is part of the journey but not the whole message we want to get across. And it was the 10 of Swords. And so okay, that's interesting. So this sort of came up in my Gemini full moon when the 10 of Swords came up. So I also go into this more about the winter solstice energy, about how this is a time for rebirth. The sun gets reborn, this sense of resurrection, which is the same as rebirth, that during this solstice period and in the lead up to the new moon, you may feel a sense of regeneration and rebirth. When you turn the 10 of Swords upside down, the swords fall out. Your body then becomes free to heal and be reborn, and you start on a new journey. I think there was the Ace of Swords for Leo rising in that last moon. So that's interesting part of the dynamic, especially because that Gemini full moon, I feel, is part of the puzzle. Well, not all the information, because we've got Mars retrograde in Gemini, and when that goes direct, I felt like that would be when the Ace of Wands would come through. So we've got the Judgment card for you, Leo. This is hilarious. This is the Resurrection card. Right. So this is a new big journey. So this is the penultimate to last card in the tarot before the World card, when you start the cycle again. This is a time to release hidden potentials within yourself. Your soul is starting on a new journey. Sorry, a bit of energy just came out of my mouth then. You know, this is a time for transformation and for growth. Interesting with the Jupiter going through the ninths of helping you sort of level up on your philosophies in life, and how you can then bring them down into your day-to-day work. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say with that one. There's some divine intervention coming on with this for you, Leo. I don't really want to say too much because it's going to be different for every Leo rising, but that's some really powerful stuff that will be happening over this period. As I said, this is a long-term shift. You've got Mercury retrograde in the 6th house. This is helping how you communicate your ideas in work. Oh, sorry, part of me just can't quite get over the cards. Sometimes you just have to sit in awe. Okay, I just ate some energy then. About the divine timing of things, and yeah, it looks like you're heading onto a new journey, Leo. Good luck out there. Cancer rising. Hello, Cancer. So this lunation and the solstice is happening in your 7th house of one-to-one relationships. This can be romantic relationships, marriages, partnerships. It can come up at work, as if you say you're a therapist and you do one-to-one relationships. I also find for me that it's reconnecting with the divine, or however you want to word that, and your commitment in those areas of your life. So we have Capricorn there. It's opposite your rising sign. So this is going to be about bringing into balance your sense of self with your relationship with others. We also have Jupiter in your 10th house of career. So this is going to help bring in some abundance and bring about some balance and some ease for you, having Aries in the 10th house. It's a very fiery sign, a very independent sign. So the 10th house is your career and your sense of purpose in life, and how the big outside world sees you. So this is Jupiter is often the benefactor. It helps bring opportunities. So this is really helping with this new moon, you planting seeds about how you want to, what you really, really want long term, what that means to you, and how you are with with other people on a one-to-one basis, for this sense of integrity and responsibility and diligence to yourself. taking care of how you communicate with others. We've also got a Mercury retrograde in the 7th house, so you're going to be revisiting how you communicate with people. So I feel like you might not get some clarity about this until Mercury goes direct, but again, this lunation is, we're not having a new moon in Capricorn until 2024, at the beginning of 2024, so there won't necessarily be this kind of energy out there for your 7th house. But I'm really enjoying Jupiter in the 10th for you, and helping bring about, as I said, balance between your 1st house and your 7th, managing that dynamic and making sure you're not seesawing in one direction or the other is going to help ground out what you're able to give to your 10th. Jupiter's all about helping defend your principles, your philosophical stance. It's linked to the law. So you may receive some benefits in terms of your career, that maybe there's been something going on in the workplace that hasn't been fair, that Jupiter's gonna help rebalance that out, and give you the space and the courage and the abundance to stand up for who you are, and where you stand, giving some more energy, because Aries, you're very good at starting things, but you know, if you're not enthusiastic about something, that looked like a card I'd pulled out. I'll see if it comes out again. If you're not enthusiastic about something, then you tend to lose energy, and Jupiter's going to help, you know, bring that enthusiasm to that area of your life, and help you manifest some really positive commitments in your relationships. You've also you've had Pluto going through your 7th house for a while now, and that will be moving into Aquarius next year for a little bit. It'll then dip back into Capricorn and then move out properly by the end of 2024. But you're really going to be feeling this culmination of transformation in your 7th house with Pluto there, and that's going to be, you're going to be feeling that quite strongly over this period, because we've got Mercury and Venus there as well. It's going to really helping you, and we're going to have one more new moon with Pluto, and then it's going to be gone. So Pluto helps us really deep dive into the underworld about what serves us and what doesn't. So this is a good time to reflect and draw in that energy, especially with the abundance coming from Jupiter to help you stand up for where you feel your most individual spark, and defend your sense of purpose. Maybe you've had people in your 7th house trying to bring that down, trying to bring down that 10th house energy, and bring down your sense of self. That this is going to help ignite some fire as well as that grounded Capricorn energy. The cards don't seem to, do we want that one? Let's see if we want to keep shuffling. Okay, so we've got the 10 of Pentacles here, and as happened for Leo just now, there was sort of a little, and it's happened in past readings, where some cards come out and they're like, oh, this is not the whole story, there's something else that we need to tell you in order to get the full picture. Like, I'm always wary of pulling one card just generally anyway, but because you do need a bit more context. But you know, it's hard when people want some short insight into what's going on. But I do like this 10 of Pentacles for you. I like the fact that it's, so the 10 of Pentacles, I love this. This is a really lovely card. It's about bringing in the spiritual, the otherworldly into your 3D. And with Jupiter, you know, it is your philosophies. It's how you see, it's not necessarily so day to day. And I like that it's going through your 10th house. It's helping you think about what it is you truly feel about your career, and helping you give like a reboot to that. But with the Ten of Pentacles, it's not just material wealth, it's sort of wealth in general in all areas of your 3D life. And with Capricorn being in your 7th house, it's maybe giving a bit more stability. It's giving a bit more. Okay, so they're wanting to be in the reverse. So you may have been just moving past a period of rest and needing to sort of explore a bit more. This is Jupiter going into your 10th. Maybe work in your career has been a bit slow, and you've needed that time to regroup. But this might mean it's picking up because it's in the reverse. Which means it's passing, you're passing through that space. And the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, it really feels like that's grounding into your inner world and giving you inner stability. That if you've been going through issues that you're not really bothered by them if they're still continuing, but it's giving you that inner wealth and sense of self. And I really like that for you, Cancer. Sorry, they've just wanted to do a bit more energy work for you, Cancer. I hope that helps, and good luck out there. Gemini rising. How are you doing, Gemini? How's that Mars retrograde doing for you? So you have this lunation in your 8th house. This is the house of other people's resources. This is the house of transformation and death. This is the house of inheritance. I also see it as the house of cosmic inheritance. It's about utilizing other people's resources and contracts and dealing with the outside world in general. And we have Jupiter squaring this lunation in your 11th house of hopes, dreams, wishes, groups and alliances, as well as friends. So Jupiter's moving into your 11th house. This is going to bring abundance to your hopes and wishes. Opportunities may come up through groups and alliances, or you might just get more of an easy flow with your friends, and might be feeling a bit more abundant towards those areas of your life. I love the fact that this is going through your 11th house and helping provide opportunities for your wishes and dreams to manifest. And this is off the bat of this Capricorn new moon in your 8th house. So a new moon wishes in the 8th house. This is drawing in how you interact with the outside world and their resources, like being more mindful. This can be about debt. So if you might be in debt, like really trying to establish habits that help you work through that, and help you just be a bit more integral to yourself, a bit more mature in this area. With Capricorn in the 8th house, you have a real sense of maturity towards transformation. Like this, it's that there may be, you're looking to sorry, I'm just trying to wrap my head around how this because they're wanting me to focus on this transformation and how seeking. It may be that you need a loan to start a small business. It may be that you receive some cosmic inheritance that may manifest through your friends or groups that you're in, or helping you manifest. I said you're helping manifest your dreams and your wishes, and potentially being able to get a source of money, a source of inheritance. This is a long-term cycle, so it might not happen straight away, but really boosting you're going to have a lot more energy in the 11th house that's going to be facilitated by this new moon of just being really long-term grounded. Like, think about how you want to interact with the outside world on a long-term basis. Oh, this is nice. This is lovely. We've got the 9 of Pentacles. So this This is about making the right decisions and reaping the benefits of them. Like she's in her garden, you know, looking at the flowers, looking at the birds, smelling the roses. There's a sense of abundance here. And this is I see. I don't want to promise too many things, you know, but this is a lovely card to come up for this connection, because I feel like it's helping you with this Mars retrograde as well, like this sense of self and who you are and your passions and your drive of your individuality, that we have this sense of something coming in about, I really want you to be open to abundance, open to the possibilities, and prepare yourself for abundance being flowing in your direction, and keeping the faith, especially with Jupiter in your house of hopes and wishes and friends and alliances. Just hold space for that abundance and those opportunities that may come up. You know, hard work has brought you to this place where you're able to feel a sense of comfort and freedom, and helping, you know, your own business be supported by this inheritance. Again, it could also be galactic inheritance. As I said in my longer video, we're getting inspiration from Neptune and Uranus here that are helping us manifest in the 3D world. You know, exercise your imagination and create an abundant and sustainable lifestyle. And I see this with Capricorn. It's about long-term stability. So yeah, this is really, let me know, Gemini, this is going to be a long-term cycle, so it's not going to necessarily happen immediately, but, you know, just hold space for the possibility and see what comes in. And yeah, sending you loads of love and luck, Gemini. Taurus rising. How are you doing, Taurus? So this lunation is happening in your 9th house. This is the house of higher education, foreign travel, your philosophies in life. It's also the house of God. You know, however you want to interpret God, you know, your own philosophies are your own godhood. And sorry, just the energies are a bit strong with that one. And we have this being squared. Oh, I like this. We're squared with Jupiter in the 12th house. I'm a fan of the 12th house. I've reaped some benefits from my 12th house perfection year. The 12th house traditionally represents the place of isolation, loss, grief. And also, I feel it's connected to the magical, the mystical. It's that in-between space between the next cycle where you begin again. It's that grey area, that twilight area of the day and the dawn of the morning, where both worlds collide, the 3D and the unknown, the mystical, the magical come about. And when I say isolation, that can be a retreat, that can be you know, intentional isolation. We also have the space of grief and ill health also. But these are all parts of the process of being a human being, and it's often these spaces is also what's hidden. So you may, with Aries being there, you may. And with Jupiter coming through, it's this hidden space of not being able to connect to that part of your chart. I have Cancer there. I struggle to connect to the deep emotional depth of Cancer and tap into my emotions. So with Aries, it's this spark, this ability to this cardinal energy of starting things, it's wanting to be the first to do things. It's this great amount of abundance of energy and enthusiasm. It's very fiery energy that with Jupiter transiting this, you're going to receive some benefits from Jupiter that are going to help illuminate the 12th house to you and provide opportunities in the 12th house and reveal things to you, and opportunities for you to understand that part of your house, especially because it's squaring your ninth with Capricorn, helping this long-term sense of your philosophies and who you are. You're having this spark of Aries ignite that area of your life. You might start to go into higher education. You might want to travel, or at least plant seeds for that to happen. This cycle is a long cycle. As I said, there's not going to be a Capricorn new moon next year, so this is a long period where these things are going to manifest, and this energy is super potent. But I really enjoy this square for you, Taurus. Like you may feel uncomfortable with with that Aries energy coming up, especially with Capricorn. It's helping bring in that sense of the individual into the collective, into your philosophies, revealing, we've also had Chiron go direct there in your 12th house, which is revealing the wounds that are hidden from you. And that's such a transformational experience to go through that. And now that it's going direct, you're going to be able to see how to heal those wounds. And with Jupiter going through, having Chiron going direct, Jupiter's going to help bring abundance and bring opportunities and ease for you to heal those wounds that are going to help transform your philosophies and your ability to go out into the wider world. I really like this for you, Taurus. They keep wanting to do things. So what card do we have for Taurus? Yeah, no, the energy that I'm picking up on this is really lovely. I'm really, even if you are going, we won't hit Aries season until the spring equinox, where things might be revealed more. We also have Gemini going through your second house of, Mars going retrograde in Gemini in your second house, which is helping you reevaluate your values and your possessions. And you might not see sort of a culmination of these things because Mars rules Aries until after Mars goes direct. But I'm really enjoying see what comes up for you on the day that Jupiter goes into Aries. I find the ingresses, that's when a planet moves into a different sign, to be really sort of potent. They give you little whispers of what that journey through that sign is. I think Jupiter actually goes exactly into Aries on the 20th. I'll put it in the description box. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this energy for you. Okay, this is about mastery. This is a great card for Capricorn in the 9th house. So this is about enjoying the journey of mastering something. Like you're going to dedicate and put the time into doing it and knowing that you're going to... So the next card is the 9 of Pentacles, when you reap the rewards of your hard work. So this is, this is a really great card to come up. And part of me thinks with Jupiter going through Aries that you might be given opportunities to rest. Maybe you've been working really hard in your mastery and you're on that right path. And it might mean that you're not taking time to smell the roses, Taurus. But I also really like this as helping you. Maybe you're already in higher education and you're trying to learn your skill a bit more, and higher education just is, it can be any sense of a higher level of whatever it is that you're doing in your work. It doesn't just have to be universities, it can be anything where you're mastering something. So I really see that as that coming through for you with the intentions that you put down, or just in general. Like sometimes I feel like I like these videos coming out because regardless of whether you set intentions, this energy is still accessible But I really like that this is coming through, that you might get some respite in your, because Aries rules the head, that you, yeah, might be able to just ground yourself out with this new moon, that's going to help you establish healthy habits around about how you look at your own life and how you look at the world, and yeah, become a master in your ability to communicate these thoughts to yourself and to others. But I'd be interested to hear what comes up for you, Taurus. Just remember, yeah, Jupiter's gonna help you rest as well, but yeah, there might be some magic that comes through in that 12th house that's going to facilitate your 9th house energy. I'm really enjoying that for you. Good luck out there, Taurus. Aries rising. How are you doing, Aries? So you have the sun and the moon conjunct this new moon in Capricorn in your 10th house of career, sense of life purpose, and how the big outside world see you. And you have Jupiter ingressing into your 1st house, your sense of self, your body, your appearance, how the outside world see you. The 1st house is the lens in which your sun sign expresses itself in the physical world. This is some big energy. So we've got some square energy going on with the conjunction. So Jupiter is probably going to be going over your ascendant and whatever other personal planets that you have in that house, bringing a space of abundance. The one thing I would caution you with Jupiter going through the 1st house is you might expand in yourself physically. I mean, if you want that, great, but if let's a healthy mind, healthy body, healthy mind. But I really see this, because it's such potent energy that we've got here, that this is really going to help you stand up for yourself in your work. I like that we've got Capricorn in the 10th house, so it might be that your long-term goals in your career take some time or you've already got an established sense of maturity and dedication to that, and you use your Aries fire to manifest and start things for the long-term collective. I really like this for you, Aries. This is a big, poignant new moon where you can help establish healthy habits and relationships and long-term commitments to this area of your life, in particular because it's now linked with your ascendant, that you're getting this 3D manifestation with this Jupiter going through your 1st house, where you're really going to be able to stand up for yourself, as I said, in your area of your career. You're going to receive opportunities and abundance. So the card that came flying out was the Fool. So Jupiter's starting a new cycle. I mean, we had a taste of that earlier on in the year, but when planets move through Aries, they're starting a new cycle, and the Fool is about going on a new adventure. We also have the Two of Wands, and the Two of Wands is about dominion over what you've been doing. I feel with Capricorn in your 10th, there is that sense of stability and groundedness that you have in the 10th house, and this is helping you. So with the Two of Wands in the upright position, like, they have the world in their hand and they are grounded and happy, and not necessarily happy, but they've done all the things, they've mastered this area, but they're looking out into the ocean and wanting change. They're a bit bored. They need a new excitement, and as an Aries rising, I should imagine you need some more spark of life to come in. And we've got the Fool card saying, yes, you're not going to be bored for much longer. You're going to have opportunities come up that's going to help you go on this new journey and sense of self. I really like this for you, Aries. Yeah, sending you all of my love. Pisces, Pisces rising. How are you doing, Pisces? I hope you're well. We have this lunation in your 11th house of friends, groups, alliances, and hopes and wishes. This is really lovely energy. It will be sextiling your ascendant, your sense of yourself, your body, how others see you, how your soul, how your sun, the prism through which your sun expresses itself in your day-to-day and outside world. This is really lovely energy, helping the sextile as a Venus aspect, helping you draw in this sense of creativity and harmony with your hopes and wishes. This is a great time to set new intentions and seeds of what you want, what you really want long term, with some dedication and integrity and responsibility to yourself for long-term goals. We have this with Jupiter in your second house. The second house is the house of your values, your possessions. It's your house of manifestation. This is a great house for Jupiter to go through. This is money. I mean, on one level it's money, but it can also be a re-evaluation, because Jupiter also represents your philosophies. It's a re-evaluation of your values and and how, as I said, how you manifest that fire energy that you've got, that Aries energy that can help you just go doosh, and set a light and try new things in what you value, and how you look at possessions. I'm really enjoying this energy for you, Pisces. So with Capricorn in your 11th house, this is about setting healthy boundaries and wishes and desires for the long term 3D manifestation of your hopes and wishes. Like can really help you ground down into the earth and help bring about actual 3D things coming out with your in the groups, in the alliances, and in your wishes, like seeing that manifestation energy, especially with this Jupiter in Aries transit, that's bringing opportunities to help with this square, which is an aspect of Mars, which is about friction and it can be conflict, but I like to see it as helping bring things into the material world. That you're going to have this lovely alignment, especially with the sextile to your ascendant, of drawing in what it is that you really want and helping reboot. Jupiter's starting a new cycle. It's helping you reboot. Oh, do we want this? I'll just see for a second. So the Page of Cups just came out. It's about bringing in a new emotional space, new sense of imagination, that could be linked to your rising sign, which is water, about helping you start a new journey of how you well, also with makes me think about wishes and hopes in the 11th house. So we have the Page of Cups and the Knight of Swords. So this Knight of Swords is making me think about Mars retrograde in your 4th house of private life, home and parents, that you may have felt a lot of conflict going on in your private life and in your home, especially with the retrograde going backwards. And Mars won't be going direct until the 12th of January. So this is about, I also like to see it as the knight charging in to help defend your ideas and your points of view. But because we've got Gemini like this, also helping us learning to hold space for duality and different ideas and different concepts. But I do like the fact that it's defending, it's charging out. You're able to move forward and bringing balance in your home life. That's going to help facilitate what you're able to wish and hope for. It might have been that you felt stunted with what's going on in your private life, that you're not able to wish in and dream and imagine in the way that you usually do, because of this potentially conflicting energy that you've got going on. And I'm liking that Jupiter going through Aries is going to help bring in this fire, this abundant fire energy of what it is that you value and what it is that you want to put your wishes towards, and this heralding in of a new emotion here, and this dreamy imaginative space of thinking big. You know, that's great that that's come up for the 11th house. It's about thinking big. Go big or go home, Pisces. Unless, you know, I mean, and I feel like whatever's going on with Mars is helping us redirect how our actions are in that space, and it's really pushing us to be a bit more assertive in a grounded, logical, helpful way, which is, you know, it's the air sign. It's bringing strength to how our way we collect information and process that in a physical level. But I'm really liking this. I feel like the Page of Cups is the sort of the wish card coming through, that this is really going to help with your emotional space in the first house as well as with that's going to help transform into what your values are, and your space of abundance. As I said, Jupiter's going through that second house. It's bringing some real strength and ease and flow into your second house of what you value and how you manifest in the world, how you bring in income. It's also a space where yeah, I just feel like if you work for yourself, or you have some side hustles, some money's going to come in. But I'm wary of saying that on these readings, because it really could be a multitude of vibrational levels. But yeah, and I don't want anyone getting excited that they got money coming through and they're not coming up. But yeah, do let me know. I hope that helps, Pisces. Aquarius rising. How are you doing, Aquarius? So you have this lunation in Capricorn happening in your 12th house. This is the final house of the cycle. This is the hidden house. This is the house of isolation. This is the house of loss. I also find that it's the house of where the magic comes in. That magic is just science we've not figured out yet. And it's that 12th house. It's the space at dusk and the space of dawn, where the day and the night meet each other, and you're bringing together the duality, the 3D world and the unseen world. And it's where a lot of wisdom comes through. Isolation, it can be of your own volition, where you want to go on a retreat. This sense of grief, of ego death happening in the 12th. There can be mental struggles with the 12th. But all of these things are to help with the transformation that is happening. It's the long-term goals of bringing in this. You've got Capricorn there. You're ruled by Saturn, Aquarius. So you know what the score is with Saturn. Like you play ball or face the consequences. You've had Saturn going through your first house. You've had Saturn going through your 12th house and going through your first. Like, you're going through it. Saturn's moving out into Pisces next year. So there's going to be some welcome relief here coming for you. But the lessons we learn during Saturn transits are so integral to our long-term goals. And I like the fact that you've got Jupiter in Aries in your 3rd house, and that is the house of the goddess. It's where we bring our philosophies down into our day-to-day practice and rituals. It's the place of communication. It's day-to-day interactions. It's short distance travel and smaller courses or school. It can also represent siblings. But I like that you've got Jupiter going through here, which is sextiling your ascendant, which is bringing this, which is a Venus aspect, which is about bringing in harmony and creativity in your day-to-day, your ease, your rituals, being more inspired about what kind of rituals and practices that you put in place in your day-to-day, that you are receiving information from Capricorn in the 12th house, from the unseen, how to manifest that, those rituals and those practices and those healthy practices that you're putting down in the 12th house, how they come about and manifest in your 3D world, that day to day. That the third house is so important. I'm really enjoying this energy for you. There will be opportunities to stand up for yourself, opportunities coming in from the outside world that are going to help bring in abundance in that day-to-day thing. You may receive interact with new teachers in short courses, or the people that you meet in your day-to-day are going to bring you like insight that helps completely transform who you are. Jupiter's starting a new cycle moving into Aries. We had a taste of that during this year, but this is the proper main ingress. It's going to rush through and move straight into Taurus pretty quickly, but this is still incredibly potent energy, and I really enjoying this. I love the 12th house, even though it can bring up difficulties and fears, but the benefits that I've reaped from 12th house, it's that which is hidden from you. So it's this, although I don't feel that you are that, because Capricorn, because Saturn has two signs next to each other, I feel, and that you have another Saturn based sign in the 12th house, that you have more of an understanding of your 12th house than a lot of other signs. Like you're able to transmute that energy a lot easier than it's the hidden house. I've got Cancer in the 12th, so I often find my ability to connect to my emotional responses can be quite difficult, and I can also struggle to understand them in other people. But the benefits that I reap from even when the moon goes through Cancer, it really, even if these things are difficult, the lessons you learn from them are so incredibly valuable, because they're, you know, essentially when the moon moves through that 12th house, it's then starting a new house in a new cycle again. So it's a rebirth place. But I'm going to stop moving around now because the energies could go on for ages. But no, I'm really enjoying this lunation for you, Aquarius. Now, we got that one before, so I'm just wondering if that's so we've had a couple of signs that have had more than one card, where there's been a little more of the story that needs to come through. So setting intentions in your 12th house about how you want to deal with those energies in the long term. Like, do you struggle with isolation? Do you struggle with grief and loss? Is it difficult when you lose things? Like, how do you want to, or wanting to connect to the unseen world? Like, how do you want to move through the next big cycle that we have with Capricorn? We're not having a new moon until 2024. How you want to, what seeds do you want to plant in this space? I feel with the 12th house, it's also, it can be a lot more personal than the other houses. I don't know why I'm picking up on that. I think it's because, you know, it's the hidden house. It's that stuff that we can't see, that only really we can only see what we can't see. That being said, I feel with Jupiter moving through the 3rd, that there might be people, teachers, who may come into your life to help you understand that which cannot be seen. So the Temperance card is asking you to identify the missing ingredients in your life. It's so funny that coming through the 12th, or putting down the intentions and the planting seeds of because it's the 12th and it's quite magical, planting those seeds to be revealed. What is missing will come through in different ways and unexpected ways to help you integrate that part of yourself. The more we integrate every aspect of ourselves, and that's really that's why I find astrology so helpful, because it helps give more clarity to that which we might not be able to observe consciously. that this coming up is helping direct you and bring in those integrated parts, so you can then, temperance is about tempering, and about finding balance. It's about alchemy, and how when we mix all these subtle energies, it leads us to the evolution of the personality. And I really like that the Page of Cups has come through. This is about imagination. This is about emotions, and new emotions being heralded in, and new. Some people read it as a new space of love, maybe love for yourself. But this is about your dreams and your wishes and thinking big, and not needing the small details about how to get there. And I really like this energy for you. Sorry, they're wanting me to do this. About helping you be able to, temperance is about this, a soul shift. It's about a level up. And with that page card, so as I said, Jupiter may show you opportunities and abundance in your day-to-day, and how the people that you interact on a day-to-day may help reveal parts of yourself to you, that can help integrate and lean towards this space of temperance. That the divine is in everyone, and the Page of Cups really helps us open up to that emotional space, that energetic, intuitive space, where we can receive those messages. I hope that helps, Aquarius. Yeah, that's quite a powerful combination.